will be extra.
Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? Thank you for tuning in to watch this edition of the SMT YouTube channel. Today we've got a huge, massive update from Dish and Boost, and there's a lot of details, and I'd like to get right into it. So before I get into the details, please do check some of the links in the description box, as we do have the following community items. The SMT Patreon page link is there. Also the second channel, Sneed Mobile Tech live streams. We have the Twitter handle at SneedTech, and the Megadon.net invite code is also found there. The social media platform of the future. Never need another social media platform ever again. No algorithms, no ads, and no tracking. Megadon.net. So with this update comes a lot of details about things that we've been looking forward to, information that has kind of been held back or not available, and now we have some. So let me start first with the kind of like the Boost Mobile purchase kind of situation. So it's pretty much a point where it's just looming at this point, and the close is expected shortly, along with the takeover of the business operations, that being inevitable for Boost Mobile and Dish. In terms of the quarterly earnings, this is kind of important for Boost Mobile because what Dish did last quarter kind of explains what's happening with their revenue and their money. So the revenue was actually pretty good from what I understand. They had positive growth in that area. They also reduced their net debt, which is great for any company. And they also added cash that was valued at $3.4 billion. Now, the cash number is important in my opinion because they need about $3 billion to close their end of the merger. And specifically, this is the Boost Mobile customers and business, and then the Band 26 800 megahertz spectrum from T-Mobile and Sprint. In fact, T-Mobile actually has almost completely decommissioned all of that spectrum, so that end of the deal is pretty much wrapping up. The money and the revenue is good. Obviously, having the cash is important. They can use that, money to kind of close out the deal. It looks like that's going to be enough to get that job done. And, the decom of the spectrum and it becoming available for deployment, who knows what they could do with it. Deploy it themselves or go ahead and lease it. Whatever they want to do, there's some options there for Charlie Ergen and Dish as the Boost Mobile or, the postpaid Dish operations. I think about the pay TV model and what Dish has been going through. The market really has stagnated quite a bit. And, take a look at AT&T and what they're going through, Fios and many more companies. It's really tough to make headwind in pay TV. People are shifting to streaming options and skinny bundles, and, the competition is fierce in that area. So it's good to see that they were able to at least run a respectable business in which they actually made money and reduced debt and added cash. So it's good for them to do that. That's important for the wireless market moving forward. Now, the second piece to this, and you'll see it here on the screen share, postpaid and 5G network build out for Dish. Jeffy Stoops, who is the CEO of SBA Communications, a tower building business, was asked specifically about Dish and their network build at their quarterly earnings report and earnings call, and here are some of the quotes that he provided. He said, "We know that Dish is real. They are committed to this undertaking. There's a lot of risk for Charlie Ergen, the CEO and president of Dish, and we are encouraged in conversations with them." So they are dealing with Dish on this end. He said this year will be a very big year in planning for the deployments, and the actual network build out will commence next year. He said, "I wouldn't bet against Charlie Ergen." So there's some key things there. He said this year was going to be big for planning, and then next year was going to be big for build out. So don't expect much for news in the near future from Dish and their postpaid side and building out the network, unless, and this would be completely uncharacteristic of Charlie Ergen and Dish, unless they were to disclose it, which they wouldn't be compelled to do it, and they haven't been that way in the past. So I would be surprised if we got much on that throughout the year. Some stuff might come out from companies that are dealing with them, but something tells me it's going to be very hush-hush. We may not be getting much information until next year as they build out the network. And lastly, what I want to do is I want to share this screenshot with you all. This screenshot was taken from a Boost Mobile customer who purchased the Samsung Galaxy A20, and it looks like either they switched over to a T-Mobile network or XP network access SIM card, or it came preloaded inside of the phone. And my takeaways from this is pretty straightforward. Number one, it looks to be pretty fast. That is a pretty good speed test. It's pretty much appears to be unfettered. It looks uncapped T-Mobile speeds without any type of deep prio or throttle. The download speed's at 115 megabits per second. and the upload speeds at 24 megabits per second. Those are very good metrics. And also throw in the latency at 38 milliseconds. That's very good for a prepaid or MVNO operator. In the past, I've seen prepaid and MVNO speed tests of pings and latencies over 1,000 milliseconds, astronomical numbers. So these are pretty good metrics. You'll see that it was completed in Texas, connecting to that server there. I think number 2 also, the provider identified here, it just says T-Mobile and it doesn't say Boost Mobile. I don't know if that's going to change in the future. I don't know if that's the way it's designed to be, but that's the way it is right now. We'll have to wait and see if that changes or if anything gets modified in the future. And my third takeaway, Boost Mobile migration of customers for Sprint network to the T-Mobile network is in full swing. People are starting to really switch over, and Boost Mobile is encouraging them to do so. So this process is ongoing, and expect this approach in the new SIM cards delivered to these Boost customers in the future. So we got details from Dish Financials, we got details from the Dish Network build, and we got some details from Boost Mobile and T-Mobile network access for Boost customers. So, that's everything we got. Let me know what you guys think of these updates and news down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard. If you appreciated this video and enjoyed the content, please do like and share this video to your favorite social media platforms. Thank you guys in advance for doing that. Also, if you're new, consider subscribing and activating that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And if you are a real one and you watch this all the way through, we're going to hashtag New Boost Mobile because we got a lot of action from them today. So that's pretty much it. If you want to hang around and watch some other videos, I've hand selected some for you. You guys can go ahead and check that out. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. And that pretty much wraps this up. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I am the SMT, and we'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.